Welcome to welcome to Graphics Mastery Hub. I assure you this class is going to be interesting. We're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy the class, and all I need from you all is your attention. I need you guys to pay close detail to everything I'm going to share in this group. And please note, I'm not the only one that is going to teach you. There are teachers here in this group too. I'm going to show you a lot of things. There are a lot of things that I don't know that they know, and they are going to teach you. They're going to show you a lot of things, a lot of secrets, a lot of techniques. Okay, just it's mind blowing. So do not don't miss this class. Don't joke with this class. Okay. Now today we're not going to do much. We're just going to be talking about introduction to graphic design. And you can't be a designer, you can't be a graphic designer if you don't know what graphic design means. And so let's start with design. What is design? Okay, design is the intentional process of creating solutions that are both functional and aesthetic, aimed at solving problems or enhancing experiences. The best way to put this is that design is all about creating solutions. Design is the process of, solving problems, creating solutions that are functional. So, your work as a graphic designer is more of creating solutions. Okay, you create solutions that are functional. You solve problems. That's what design is all about. Now, what's graphics? Graphics are visual elements such as images, drawings, symbols, text that are used to communicate messages, enhance understanding, or create visual impact in print or digital. Now, graphics are visual elements. They are the things you see: text, lines, images, you know, whatever you can use to communicate messages. Whatever I can use to communicate messages. It can be pictures, illustrations, symbols, text, you know, buttons that I can use to communicate messages, enhance understanding, or create visual impact in print or media. Now we know what design is, we know what graphics is. So, what is graphic design? Graphic design is the art and skill of combining text, images, and visual elements to communicate ideas or messages effectively. It's used in things like logos, posters, social media, websites, and advertising to inform, inspire, or persuade an audience. Now, we know that design is all about solving problems, and then graphics are, the visual, like graphics are the text, the images, visual elements. Okay, now graphic design is like combining the two of them together. So we are using text, images, we are using visual elements to provide solution, to solve problems, to communicate, to pass messages effectively, to communicate ideas effectively. Okay, that's just what graphic design is. You cannot be a graphic designer if you only know how to use visual elements and you do not provide solution. If you only know how to use text, images, lines, illustrations, and it doesn't solve a problem, you are just a graphic. You're just graphic. There's no design in what you're doing. Okay. What makes you a graphic designer is the fact that you know how to combine text, you know how to use your images, you know how to use illustrations to provide solution, to communicate ideas effectively. And so now let's talk about key things that you need to know as a designer. Design solves problems. Okay, it's not just about making things look good. It's about making them work well and communicate clearly. It's not design. Most people feel, there's a difference between art and design. Most people just feel like graphic design is just putting colors, putting text, just mixing image, mixing text, and they feel like they've done graphic design, and that's not true. Okay, it's not just about looking good. It's not about making things look good. It's about making them work well. Okay, it's about making them work well. Now, function comes before style. It's almost the same thing. Function comes before style. Good design is useful first, beautiful second. So, what makes your design good is the fact that it's useful first. Okay, it's not that I said before. It's not just about pouring colors in canvas or putting fine pictures, high resolution images. That's not what it's about. Your design has to pass in a message. That's to communicate clearly. Like if you design a flyer, someone should see it and understand the purpose of that flyer. It's not just about the colors or how beautiful the flyer is. Okay, they must understand the message behind that flyer. Apart from flyer, a poster, complimentary card, they must understand the purpose of that design. That's what make you a good designer. That's what make your design a good design. Now, user centered. Always think about who you are designing for. This, I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to this is very, very important. You must know your target audience. You must know who you are designing for. You must understand your clients, the kind of person the kind of client you have. Like if I am designing for children, I can't use some I can't use there are colors I can't use. Okay. This when we get to principles of design, you understand better. But just know that for you to be a good designer, you need to know the know your client, know your user, know your audience. Okay, you need to have this. Every design tells a story. Whether it's a logo or a flyer, it should reflect a purpose, message, or brand. For a good design, for you to have a good design, you need to have a purpose. That's why I said um, there's a difference between art and design. Design is problem solving. Design is not graphic design is not just I'll keep saying it. I'll keep saying it in any video I upload. I'll still say it. Graphic design is not just putting pictures and text. It's communicating message clearly. That's the point of graphic design. Communicate message effectively. So every design that you do, every design you create, it must tell a story. If there's no story behind your design is useless. There's no story behind your design, it is not a good design. If no one can see a message, if no one can see a purpose of your design, it's not a good design. You need to still work on it. Now, design is iterative. Great designs come through testing, feedback, and improvement. When when we when this class continue, when we go further, you start to see what this means. Sometimes you do a design, it doesn't work out, it doesn't pass that message the way you want it to pass. You know, you would go back, correct some things. It's just we're just testing a lot of stuff. We are improving the design until it becomes a graphic design. Do you understand? And when it's not a bad thing for you to make mistakes, it's not a bad thing for your design not to pass messages effectively. But You need to work on it, improve it. Sometimes we have a lot of clients that complain, you can't just even do a flyer. It's rare that you do a design once and your client likes it. Sometimes they tell you they don't. So you need to work on it, improve it. That's just it. Okay. That's the end of today's class anyways. If you have a question, just drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat, and thank you. Our next class we're going to be talking about elements of design. There are elements of design now. Elements of design is the graphic part. I'm going to be showing you lines. That's where we will start to talk about the softwares we are using. We'll start drawing shapes, lines, pictures, and all. Thank you.